The simplest level is a community of communities, so different communities staying in a particular area constitutes a nation. Members of the nation share the desire to be a part of the same political collectivity, and all the members of the nation belongs a, to a single political collectivity. They are communities that have a state of their own, and they have a state of their own. In sociological perspective, nation is a kind of large-scale community or grandfather of communities. This term is a collective noun and enables a group of people with same language, culture and history who see in a particular area under one government. So it is a nation is used as a collective noun, and it is a group of people that have same language, culture and history and has a single government to govern it. It is an organization desired by each member of the community in order to look into the vast collective issues more efficiently and in the interest of all. And it is an organization which is desired by each member of the community to look into the vast collective issues more efficiently and in the interest of all of them. In modern times, there has been a one-to-one bond between nation and states. But this development is new. It wasn't true of the past that a single state could represent a single nation. Nowadays, a state and a nation are taken at par, but in the past it was not so. Past that a single state could represent a single nation, or even nation must have its own state. For example, Soviet Union explicitly recognized that the people it governed were of different nations. Also, people constituting a nation may actually be citizens or residents of different states. Like in India, we all are Indians, but we are residing in different states. Dual citizenship could also be a possibility, like in USA. In USA, all the countries which are part of USA has their own citizenship, and there is a citizenship of USA too. These laws allow citizens of a particular state to also simultaneously be citizens of another state. Thus, nation is a community that has been able to acquire a state of its own. So, a nation has its own state. It's also seen that states are finding it more and more necessary to claim that they represent a nation, and the states also want to claim of having a nation of their. A feature of a modern era is the establishment of democracy and nationalism as dominant sources of political legitimacy. So, it is one of the features of the modern era is the establishment of democracy and nationalism as dominant sources of political legitimacy. This implies that nation is the most accepted or proper justification for a state, while people are the ultimate source of legitimacy of a nation. It means that a state needs the nation more than a nation needs a state. States require nation more than the nation requiring states. It is important to understand relationship between nation, states and cultural communities because assumption, conception And finally, setting up a nation state depends on cultural communities who decide themselves how would they be managed by a system. So it is important to understand the relationship between a nation and a state. The conception and finally setting up a, because assumption of conception and finally setting up a nation state depends on cultural communities, because it is the cultural communities who decide themselves how would they be managed by a system. It means nation states are name system adopted by cultural communities. Each community, that is an ethnic group, a religious community, or a regionally defined, is capable to form a nation, but it is difficult to name a particular community in this respect. Every community, may it be a ethnic group, a religious community, or a regionally defined, is capable to form a nation, but it is difficult to name a particular community who want to do so. In brief, the community whosoever will train it to nationalist trait and its ostentation-free activities manifested in the territory concerned with undoubtedly form a nation. And the community which is having nationalist trait and it freely manifests in the territory the activities of nationalism is can undoubtedly form a nation. Other kinds of communities are comprising ethnic groups, religious communities, and community based on region or regionally deposed communities. The only difference between nation and these communities is that nation is always with a state, thus a state is the main feature of a nation. The difference between a community and a nation is that nation has a state and state is the main feature of a nation. In the past, one nation was represented by a state. In past, one nation was represented by a state, or there were mostly two or more nations in a state, or it was not necessary that every nation must have its own state. However, an assumption of one-to-one bond between nation and state have formed recently since last a few decades. It is difficult for a state to establish and enhance its political legitimacy through nation-building strategies, because in a state of cultural diversity, affinity of people to their ethnic, religious, linguistic community is much stronger than to their country, and it becomes very difficult for a state with so much cultural diversity to say that it is a state or it is a single state having a single nation, because of the differences in the people in terms of religion, language, community is so strong that they sometimes make their country to be a secondary thing for them. In other words, national feelings are next to their ascriptive identities. In these circumstances, it is difficult for a nation to secure loyalty and obedience of their citizens through policies of assimilation or integration. So, in such conditions, or it is impossible, it is very difficult for a nation to secure loyalty and obedience of its citizens in terms of in its policies of assimilation and integration. Assimilation refers to the process when our culture blends with other culture. It is a process of social unification and homogenization by which newly entering or subordinate groups lose their distinctive culture and adopt the culture of dominant majority. It may be forced to or voluntary. Then integration is a process of cultural unification whereby cultural distinctions are really. So in assimilation, it is the process when we tries to intermingle ourselves with the other culture. And integration is the process of cultural unification whereby cultural distinctions are relegated to the private domain and common public culture is adopted for all groups.